Okay, discuss TNA Impact Wrestling. We are back again. Going to be reviewing the August. Help me out, Gary.
15th episode this week.
15th episode. Thank you. Did not have it pulled up. And got to quickly say, I mentioned this last week. Not sure if I posted it. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. TNA's YouTube numbers have been god awful lately. I was going to say God right. I don't know if that's a word. God right awful lately. I'm making up words to talk about their views. So I talked about like last week's views, but just like really quick, this week's views from 2 days ago. The two Ultimate X matches both have 15,000 views each. The Tasha and Giselle match has 18,000, Hendry 55, and the main event 163, which continues Nic Nemeth being pretty much the only draw in terms of YouTube and Joe Hendry, which is, I don't know, pretty crazy. Again, we asked this last time, are fans not into NXT? I feel like that has to be it.
Yeah.
Fans don't like the NXT stuff. And this week, I mean, geez, I can totally see reasons for fans to tune out for this week. I mean, I'm not we're not going to be all negative here, but like the NXT guy popping in and winning a spot in Ultimate X in a match that had Chris Bay in it, like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Riley Osborne.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good, but again, I think you mentioned terrible gear like the rest of these guys or whatever it was. These guys don't look special, you know what I mean? These NXT guys, and that's why they're here, because, like, it's the bottom of the barrel of NXT guys. TNA is like a training system for these guys, when I feel like NXT has become the #1 TNA show. And people laugh at that, but fuck that. I watched NXT last week and the week before. Joe Hendry is there. The Rascals have been there live. You know what I mean? Like, it's different than things that we could have read about a month ago.
Well, I'm kind of getting this vibe that, like, when TNA guys show up in NXT, it kind of shows that the NXT crowd does watch TNA.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
opposed to the TNA crowd when they see an NXT.
I mean, I would like to see like a big NXT person come in to see the difference, because it's different between like I mean, I don't know. I'm still shocked about Joe Hendry. Like, Joe Hendry was never a world champion anywhere. No. I'm just shocked he gets these insane goddamn. Okay, really fast. I wrote this the other day. First, well, whatever. You can give me your thoughts. Everyone else, let me know. I know exactly what's going to happen, and I think this is where things can get cool. Joe Hendry is in a triple threat match this week to become the #1 contender for the world title for NXT, right?
Yeah.
He's going to win. He wins that match. And guess who the world champion is in NXT? You know this, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I can't think of his name.
One half of the North?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Who hates Joe Hendry? Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander shows up when Joe Hendry goes for the title. They team back up. Josh and I can't think of the fucking name. That's how goddamn I never thought he was any special. Neither one of us can think of his fucking name at the moment.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now. I think it's because he's been out of the TNA picture, and I refuse to watch Down South. So,
but yeah, what do you think? Do you think that's possible? I mean, that would be a big thing for TNA. Now, like, a lot more buzz if you get Josh over there, like Josh on a big show.
Well, I mean, it totally makes sense too, Jay, because remember we had done a podcast weeks prior where I had said that Josh Alexander had went to WWE headquarters, had to meet up with them about some stuff. We didn't know if it meant like jumping ship or
but see, I think you're right. I mean, that would make total sense, because like he's not just going there for one show; he's going there for an angle.
Yeah,
where you know what I mean? Where it's going to be him and his old partner.
Oh, yeah,
and like it could be a back and forth thing. Maybe they go over to TNA. I still think that's why they put the title on that dude, because he's like not an NXT homegrown guy, so he can take some losses and whatever else. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's definitely not in the vein of like your what's his name? I can't think of it. I'm blanking on some of the guys.
I could say you could have anyone in NXT. Like, he's just not like they're all like home. They're almost all homegrown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not.
Yeah, those two guys that were kind of Triple H guys. I can't think of them.
Gargano and
yeah, Gargano and the other dude that's always with him. With bearded guy. I can't remember the bearded guy. That one.
oh yeah, well,
That
Jesus,
one's full of them.
I'm blanking on his name. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm blanking. I was still worried about the first name I was blanking on. All Ego Ethan Page. Apologies if you're listening, bro. Big fan when you're with Josh. Other than that, kind of boring. Whatever. Again, I'm just shocked he became world champion. But I feel like it would totally make sense if they're going to do this whole TNA thing with, okay, that's a thought. Let us know in the comments if you think that's possible. I feel like it's totally set up, and especially I forgot about the whole thing that Gary said last week because I'm not a big Josh fan, so I kind of pushed that out of my mind. Like, screw that. Once he said, I don't want to work here anymore, I feel like he doesn't deserve to work with WWE, but what the fuck do I know? I'm sure there was so much shit that went on backstage that, whatever. So, Gail Kim has been talking a lot, and she mentioned, okay, ready? Ever since this year changed with this management change, I'm not going to lie. The new management has empowered me so much like I've never been empowered before. I thought I was making strides in wrestling in the wrestling world. I've never felt as uplifted as I have this year. I mean, not only has this management talked the talk, they've walked the walk. Just like I talked about with Jordan. I guess you were talking about Jordan earlier. Not only do they say they want me to grow within the company, they've given me the ball to run with, and I felt I'm doing it. And I've never felt so much growth with the wrestling business so quickly as I have this year. So, okay, Gail's running shit backstage. I'm pretty sure it's fair to say. She's taken Scott's job at least, or, probably the bulk of it, I would think.
Well, this is good news to hear just for the fact that I thought they pumped the brakes on the Gail Kim project. I kind of felt like they didn't.
I guess not.
He pulled the plug on her power, but it sounds like it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's the opposite, and she's working now. Yeah. She's working with the dudes and not just the whatever it is. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Jordan is supposed to be feuding with Masha, and they post videos like on Instagram and wherever, like twerking and throwing things up Jordan's ass, like pretend.
Yeah, I did see that.
You saw that video, right? I mean, that was a funny one. But like, I don't know, like your friend Larry mentioned, like, isn't that like, I don't know, is it just, is that like a bad complaint? Is kayfabe just dead and we shouldn't even worry about those things, or should they stop doing that shit?
I mean, it kind of shows that, there's a lot of family unity a little bit backstage, but I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. I think it's a little too much maybe at times, but I'm a little.
Yeah, I'm a kayfabe person, so like to me, it's I don't want to see them like hanging out or but also it's it is what it is these days.
Yeah.
Okay, I just found something new. Nic Nemeth recalls reaction to Scott D'Amore's departure. Goddamn pop-ups. Okay, I turned down a bunch of different deals, and I come here, and two TVs in. This guy's freaking gone. At first, I felt blindsided, like I got a cheap shot. Hey, listen, did I get suckered into coming here? Like, what the hell's the deal? After that initial reaction, Nemeth felt reassured by the professionalism of the rest of the TNA team, creatively and on the business side. The former WWE star said his run with the company has been smooth for the most part, and he believes people on the ground in TNA are carrying D'Amore's vision forward. Should click on this article.
I don't know. I quite the opposite. I think they've expanded on the D'Amore's vision.
Yeah. Also, Gail mentioned today she'd love to have Wendy Chu in TNA, and while praising the team, how she's been attending a lot of NXT shows. So I mean, interesting, no?
Yeah, we had seen I don't know a picture that circulated online with a bunch of backstage like TNA talent, like at some of these events. I believe we were talking about that a while, maybe 2-3 weeks back.
I believe we were, yes. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just totally blew you out of the water. No, I don't know where the word blue came in. I guess I turned blue or something when I heard about Josh going to WWE, and I just didn't give a fuck, or I didn't want it. So I was like, screw that. I don't want to have it. But yeah, I can see it now, and the stars are aligning, and that would be I forget who sent that to me, but someone sent me about how like the best shit has not come close to coming yet, if that makes sense. know what I mean? Like, the best TNA WWE shit is coming. Like, they're kind of just practicing for the first few months. You know what I mean? Like, they're preparing for stuff. Like,
well, I don't mean to change the subject here, but has there been any reports on what's going on with the Lucha Brothers? Like, I know they're gone or whatever, but like they haven't showed up.
It sounds like they're going to be stuck in hell for a year.
Oh, really? Damn.
Which is something that Vince McMahon and WWE always does. And I think, listen, it's business. Why would you let someone go when they're going to go to a competition and hurt you?
Yeah.
So, like, whatever. I have no problem with it. But now Tony's doing it. So you have to give Tony the same shit you all gave WWE for doing it. They're going to keep two of the best fucking wrestlers in the planet in prison for a year. But not in prison, in wrestling prison for a year during, like, the end of their prime, maybe. I don't know. It sucks, but it's wrestling. Like Phoenix, Jesus. Imagine the Lucha Brothers came back. God damn.
Yeah, it is definitely something we need because, like, I heard a recent report that the Hardys are going to finish up in WWE. Did you see that?
Oh, come on. No, but I also heard they're going to WWE, so everyone's going to WWE.
Yeah. One last
It is what it is. So this is pretty interesting. Our pal Christian Thompson gave this episode a 7.25. And then Himanshu at 411 gave it a 7.2.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. Sick. I mean, I've seen a lot of numbers that are like super close, but like for a show like this, where I thought it was, I don't know, I feel like this was a show where like I can see people loving certain things and hating certain things. And I can see people turning the fucking show off after watching, first off, Giselle beating Tasha again. Like, why? What is this? Can we just stop with Giselle already, please?
Yeah, I could feel Ray Walt's pain when he said it took 15 hall monitors to give Giselle that win over Tasha.
Oh, fucking God. And nobody cares. Just like
it was total crickets.
Just like Rosemary. Dead silence for these girls. And I hate to say it, but I wouldn't make noise. They've shown this match, 8 times in the last month? Yeah. They trade wins. It means absolutely nothing. Neither knockout is going anywhere.
Yeah,
totally pointless. This should have been on fucking Explosion. And whatever was on Explosion, I don't even know what it was. Should have been switched with this.
Yeah, the knockouts are at an all-time low.
Seriously, and I've been saying it, and people abused me, and I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? Right. Like, who's the number 2 knockout? Like, I would have said Tasha back in the months ago, but she's been getting jobbed out so much she can't be.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to think about
like if you're doing like a power rankings, you know what I mean? Like based on wins, it can't even be Giselle anymore because she's been losing a bunch.
No, then somebody was saying.
Hang on, sound like you fell in a hole.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
even Rosemary.
They bring back
Rosemary. Let Rosemary kick some ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then somebody was saying that the Giselle Shaw show with the face is like nothing but a debacle. She's a true-born heel, and she should stay that way.
Oh, she's a face right now. I didn't realize. I honestly didn't realize she was a face. Oh, is that what the story was with her and Gail that never fucking ended?
Yeah.
You're supposed to realize she's a face? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened on this show. I wish there was more news because I don't really want to talk about this show that much. But Riley Osborne, I mean, it was a good match. And, like, this dude looked good, but it's like I've never heard the name Riley Osborne. And then he's beating Chris Bay and he's beating TNA guys. I'm not like, I don't know. Like, I don't have that thing in my gut, like other TNA fans. Like, you probably have it. Like, you love TNA. You know what I mean? Like, you have that thing in your heart, whatever it is for TNA. Like, I don't have that. But it still hurts me to see like an NXT guy come in. So like I can imagine other fans being really pissed off by this.
Well, and I didn't like his gimmick because it kind of come off like a 2.0 version of the Spirit Squad with the Chase U University bullshit.
Oh, he's a Chase U guy?
Yeah, it's what it says, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Damn it. Yeah. Okay, well maybe we'll get what's the name soon. Oh, that hot little girl. Okay, that sounds more about that. Sorry, that sounds creepy. Thea Hale, hot little girl. She's like tiny. She's like 5 feet, maybe even under. She's like, I don't know. She's so tiny, and she has maybe the funniest facial expressions out of anyone in wrestling. Like, whatever. She's awesome. And the only thing good about that faction, which like a lot of people say, I don't watch a lot of NXT, but everyone says like, what the hell is she doing with those losers or whatever. So it's a weird faction, and we did get a good wrestler out of it for now, but I don't know. And I think, like you said before the thing started, this is the first WWE star, and what was it?
Yeah, to qualify for for the X title at Emergence.
Is that two different things? Is he the first guy to qualify for Ultimate X match, and probably the first guy to qualify for a number one contender?
Yeah,
match?
that's fair, probably.
Like going for the title. So good for that fucking guy. He'll be a good trivia question down the line somewhere. Nic Nemeth shows up, gets into his car. Gia Miller catches up with him. Always loved the use of Gia. I would just have her running around nonstop in the back. She's so goddamn good. Santino's in the ring. Called out Matt Cardona. I love the setup here, other than Matt Cardona was involved.
Yeah, I like this exchange. Rolla says he says he wants to prostitute. And then he goes prosecute, and then like the fans got on him for a second. Then he called him Matt Cardona or Matt Cardoba. That's what he called.
I'll be totally cool with this if PCO gets him in a death match. But I mean, I don't know. It can't be for the next. It's got to be for Bound for Glory, I guess, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
I don't think we want to make what's his name stacked or. Well, I'll get into that. I'm not a big fan of this Emergence card, but we'll get into that, especially the knockouts, which you just said
totally
has not been good. Well, I'm sorry.
Like
do you know the knockouts match at the top of your head?
What's that?
Do you know the knockouts match for Emergence off the top of your head? I think Thompson has it on their page. All I know is it's a bunch of knockouts.
Oh yeah, Jordan Spitfire.
Oh, here it is. Jordan Spitfire versus Ash and the Militia.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's so lazy. Come on, that's WWE shit.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of women together. That's WWE 20 years ago shit.
And if somebody's on the fence about getting, I know they're not going to solely get it for that match, but like, I mean, that's really not a good selling point if you want somebody to pick up.
But I mean, it's the knockouts. Like, that was always their thing. And like,
the
fact that they've become so, like, the worst, maybe. I mean, Ring of Honor, I always say it's dead. It's literally still dead. I don't care what anyone says. Nobody watched that shit. Although it's getting pretty close to TNA numbers with YouTube. I don't know what the fuck is happening with TNA fans. And
I don't know.
I was actually going to start off by just yelling at TNA fans, but I guess I have to save that for next week because I forgot to at the beginning of this episode. But yeah, what the hell? I mean,
it just feels like to me like this summer of all summers, like no one is watching other than like not wrestling, but football and baseball and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, AEW's numbers are terrible. AEW is putting, historically bad numbers for them. Somehow WWE just keeps fucking winning at everything. It's incredible. They had a goddamn show yesterday. I don't even know, like a Fanatics Fest thing or something. There was like a fucking shitload of people there and whatever. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's weird.
I said from day one, my biggest fear with AEW is what if they fail? And if they fail, every motherfucker in the world that's good goes to WWE. It's going to be like WCW again. And I don't know. It's already making me sad thinking about that. Whatever, though. So if they showed highlights of NXT, which again, like, I don't know, like, do people want to see this, or like, do you just want to see TNA and you give no fucks about NXT? Like, I don't know, I find it really interesting. So he's facing it's Hendry versus Wesley. Now BJ pointed out you can have the Rascals return and take out Wesley. You know what I mean? So it's more of a one-on-one. And then Hendry just has to beat Pete Dunne, who's pretty fucking awesome. But yeah,
but I wonder if this is where we might see a returning Myron Reed, and he might be officially the third member. I don't know if this is what they were kind of waiting for, maybe to, book him in this. Like, I could see him showing up to NXT.
And again, like, this is what I think is one of the weirdest things. And this is from Thompson. I think Hendry has a real chance to win that match, considering the other two are heels. I didn't know that. I think NXT is doing better booking with Hendry than TNA at its present. And yeah, but like, that's probably part of the deal, don't you think? Like, we get Hendry, like, you can book him wherever you want, but like, he's not going to be around much. So, like, Hendry can't be beating Moose and shit and then disappearing, and being on NXT for a month.
Well, he's kind of commented on, like, made like comments like saying like TNA has been very accommodating to him, but like they're not, like, there's nothing really holding him in TNA because he's not like under this big contract or.
And again, this fucking guy, man, give him whatever he wants. He still wears TNA shirts every interview he does. He doesn't have to.
No.
Wherever he is, whenever he's promoting, he's got a fucking TNA shirt on. I've never seen someone do that didn't have to.
Yeah, I thought
like Jordan. Jordan doesn't do that. You know, she probably gets paid more than, I'm sure she gets paid more than anyone in TNA, maybe outside Nemeth.
Yeah, and then he has that.
Nemeth doesn't do that. I never seen a dude in a TNA shirt.
Yeah, did you see that recent billboard too about Domino's Pizza?
Oh my God, it's geez, yeah. We should have
We
should have a week. We should be serious. We should have a weekly section on
yeah,
the insane shit that is actually happening in the real world for Joe Hendry, like Domino's and like there was something at a hockey game last week. It was actually at a hockey game. Like, you know, I think minor league, whatever. There's not NHL happening right now, but it was like, you know, like, well, let's check this out. They flipped it over and like the song turned into Hendry and like everybody, you know, a bunch of people started singing along and I'm like, what the fuck? How does everyone know this song?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Joe Hendry's popularity is going to have him outgrow TNA by far, and he's just going to go.
Yeah, and I think WWE was kind of ahead of that, and they're like, fuck it, he's going to be the champion, you know, in a few months for us, and we're going to do the Josh match with him on our show. And that, like, I don't know, I totally get like what everyone is, like what Thompson is saying about Hendry not being booked right, but I get like the WWE side. I feel like I get everyone's side of like why people wouldn't be into this, why they would be. So Moose and Santana, I don't like this. I don't know why.
No, this made Santana. I mean, I know he's taken on the whole entire faction throughout, but it made him look really weak here. Like,
oh, I'm sorry, I forgot he lost again. Yeah,
it made him look really. I don't know. I mean, I
didn't like the setup first of all because it's Moose. Like, I don't like Moose losing.
No.
So like, I'm cool with that. But I mean, this is a match that shouldn't have happened. Like, Santana should have wrestled one of the other goofs.
Oh,
sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. I hate to call them goofs. Yeah. Myers. You know, let him wrestle Myers, or maybe he can beat Eddie.
Yeah.
He should be beating Moose. But I
just feel like there's a faction coming in. I don't know if they're trying to bring back the.
You fell in a hole again.
Oh, I said feels like they're trying to bring back maybe an LAX kind of flavored.
But now it makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe not bring back.
And there was bullshit at the end, right? Like, someone has to help stop the system.
Yeah, and I could see it being and especially with the way the system have been kind of weird in the United States stuff lately. I kind of feel like
that's funny. That's one thing my friend Larry asked me about. Is like, is it not weird? Like, they're still. I'm thinking they were still in Canada.
Well,
like,
and then with
this U.S. stuff versus they were in this U.S. stuff in the United States.
Yeah, and I think during that time they were doing tapings during the Olympics.
But they're heels.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I get it. So I guess like they're like,
what
are the Olympians here?
Yeah.
It's hard though when you put that flag on, like.
Oh yeah, especially when you're up north.
Especially in the States and fucking we got elections and shit, and the world is crazy and.
Yeah.
All right. So Thompson, I like the match, and it was probably the obvious way to book it, being a non-pay-per-view match. It allows Santana to look strong. Yep, pretty good. Not sure if it was just my feed, but the crowd was very vocal during the whole match. Gary, true or not?
Yeah, they were definitely backing Santana. Just I don't know. I don't like Santana going down like this though, because like he's so newly been brought over here, and then like he's like I think he's got more losses currently than he does wins on the roster from what I see, what I've seen.
So the Moose beat Santana. Yeah, I don't know who he's beat. I think he might win one match or two.
Yeah,
so the system beat down Santana, and Joe Hendry comes out to make the save. Moose grabs a fan's Hendry sign and ripped up in front of him. Hendry said the system were making a lot of enemies. He announced Moose and JDC against two more of the system enemies next week. The Hardy Boys are back. Okay, I thought they were coming back soon. I thought there were some of these tapings or.
Yeah, somebody said they believe that they'll finish up at the Carolinas when we do the. I think it's Spartans. What is it, Spartansburg?
See, I thought they would be sticking around longer, but again, WWE sees the fucking Matt doing good, and they're like, "Look, we're gonna take that."
Yeah,
so, like it sucks, but I don't get it. I think it's stupid. I really think it's stupid. I think Matt can. I think they can both wait. What, 10 years, 10, 20 years? They'll still be allowed in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
Matt can have fun doing his thing. I mean, unless they're getting jobs like backstage or something, it's gonna be the same bullshit. They did this like 2 years ago. They gave the Hardys like one more run. Nobody fucking cared because it started with like the broken Hardys, and then they became the regular Hardys, and just nobody in WWE cared. Like, I don't know why they would go back there unless, I don't know. I know they're getting a title run or something, which I doubt.
Well, I guess Matt said in an interview that he enjoyed his time in AEW. So, I mean, I guess the door's still open if they, at least for Matt. I don't know about Jeff, but.
This is interesting. I guess I missed this. Jody Threat and Danny Luna were discussing their recent woes together. Luna said they didn't go through all the hardships not to be champions, and Threat said it was do or die in the final match against the Militia. And Thompson says, I think that might mean if they lose, they will break up. Then the division would have one team. Don't lose, please. Totally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I do really like Danny a lot, and I think Jody's kind of a extra.
I mean, I don't understand why there isn't more tag teams out there that we can't bring in, even if they're not. I mean, we kind of took a chance on Spitfire. I mean, we didn't really know much about Jody Threat. We knew a little bit about Danny Luna just because of her time in NXT, but like
I'm guessing the Hex did really, really bad. Like, remember we read about?
Yeah, I think
that they did a Hex match and it was so fucking bad they had to like cut it.
Yeah, edit it heavily out. Yeah,
like, they probably thought like the Hex would. I really thought they would have been a solid team that could have helped out for a few months, and they didn't last more than a taping.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was Marty Bell. I mean, I if you couldn't keep them together, I mean, I don't know why we didn't keep AK-47 or whatever her name was.
Yeah, I would give Allie a call and be like, listen, you're going to come back and team with Rosemary, or we're going to throw these goddamn tag titles in the garbage and they're never going to return, which I'd be totally cool with. Make it a goddamn mid-card women's title, which makes so much more sense if you don't have a giant roster of women like WWE, which nobody does, except AEW, I guess, and their Ring of Honor, whatever the fuck else they have. Okay, so what, the second Ultimate X qualifier?
Oh, yeah.
Austin versus Hotch versus Swan. And Jesus, if you could have put money on this match, how many people would have taken Hotch?
I would have said they were, on what I'm seeing here with Ace Austin being a half of the tag team championship team, I would have thought Swan would have won this one just because he needs some momentum,
Again, great point by Thompson. Bay, Austin, and Swan not being in the match surely hurts its quality. I mean,
yeah,
that was one thing I was thinking about. Like, maybe the NXT guy is going to win, so they're trying to not look stacked against him, so he beats kind of a shittier field.
Oh, it could be.
But even if that's the case, I mean, what the hell's Bay, Austin, and Swan? They're not going to be on the card?
I still feel like there's some future issues between Skylar and Hotch. Like, he advanced and he didn't. I feel like maybe playing them two against each other.
That could be a thing, yeah. But I mean,
maybe make Hotch more credible.
The booking tonight, let's see. I want to see what Thompson says here. The booking tonight is interesting, with the two winners being the lowest profile wrestlers. Yeah. See, so I thought Thompson would hate a little more on that, but no, fair. And I mean, we bitched about Hotch, but I just wish, let him win a few matches leading into this.
Yeah, definitely.
Like coming out of nowhere and beating fucking Bay and Swan, or Austin and Swan, like those two of the best fucking wrestlers in them that they have.
Yeah, whatever. But this is what I understand. Like, we have Laredo Kid out there. I know Navarro got eliminated in that match with Speedball, but wouldn't it have made more sense to put someone like Navarro or
totally.
Kid? You know what I mean?
But I mean, I don't know about Laredo Kid just because AAA seems to have the weirdest fucking contracts.
Yeah, we always talk about that. It was very
Speaking of, Nic Nemeth just lost his title to Alberto El Patron or Del Rio.
Yeah. And did you see who accompanied Nic Nemeth to the ring?
Yeah, very weird.
JBL.
Yeah, JBL. I mean, was he the heel? Was that what it was?
Would gather.
That would make sense. Yeah, the Spanish guy.
Well, then didn't he have
racist? But the Spanish guy is the.
JBL had a rivalry too, didn't he? With
oh yeah, I mean JBL in fucking Mexico as like the douchebag fucking rich guy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
that's perfect heel. Yeah, okay, I didn't realize that.
yeah. Definitely his best.
Also, shit, who won tag titles? The Singh that we don't have, Satnam Singh. How did TNA miss out on that guy? He's a goddamn Singh. He won the title with shit. I'm blanking on who he won the title with, but Jeff Jarrett was also there.
Oh,
that motherfucker's everywhere. God damn. Shit. Who was it? Satnam Singh and I'm just thinking it was a TNA guy or someone that. Hang on, I just pulled it up. 1 second, people.
very
Satnam Singh and
very forgiving too, AAA, because wasn't it Jeff Jarrett that showed up at their event like last year, drunk as
oh, sorry, Jinder Mahal. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Jeff Jarrett did some crazy shit. They don't give a fuck. You know, they get right over it.
Yeah.
Somebody does Conan does some crazy shit. Fucking Jinder Mahal was the other one. Sorry, I thought he would be coming too. Also, he's going by the name Raj Desi, which I'm pretty sure my boy Robles nailed. In terms of we picked names that he'd probably go by, and I think one of those is I think his real name is Raj and his last name is Desi. I think it's like his middle and last name for real or something, but whatever. So yeah, they defeated Negro Casas, Psycho Clown, and Dr. Wagner. Damn, that dude's still going. And the other one was Matt Riddle, defeated Laredo Kid and Commander to become the new AAA Cruiserweight champion.
Oh, wow.
I don't see that dude as a Cruiserweight.
Yeah, I guess he has some recent heat, too, because he said he could beat the shit out of Roman Reigns in a real fight.
Oh, yeah.
Totally no way.
Good luck for that guy in his future there.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we have now? Santino agrees to something stupid, some match with, was that next week? Fine, I'll read it. Santino agrees to a six-person title match with he and SDL and a partner versus PCO and his wedding partner. Santino was unsure, but he agreed. If Cardona faced PCO at Emergence, damn it. Thought they would hold that. Okay, maybe it'll be a regular match at Emergence, then they do like the murder match at.
Oh, yeah.
All right, whatever. Next week, Ultimate X qualifier. Kazarian, Kushida, Hammerstone. Damn. That's
okay. Yeah, we had found out who the winner was there in the spoilers, which
and Laredo Kid, Jay Vidal. Oh, yeah, there's Jay Vidal. And Bhupinder. Weird one. Alicia versus Rosemary. Gresham versus Charlie Dempsey. He's the NXT Heritage Cup champion. Oh, it's the same guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this guy's a champion. Shit. All right, my bad. I called him like the bottom of the barrel. Sorry, my fault. Wait, is that what's his name, son?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so he's the one that's friggin'. He won the Ultimate X?
I don't know if he. No, I don't know if he had.
Wait, am I confusing them now? Charlie Dempsey.
Well, no, I can't remember. I know he fought a few.
No, I'm sorry. No, Riley Osborne.
Oh, okay.
Is the Ultimate X guy? Okay.
Oh,
well, okay. So Charlie Dempsey, I didn't realize that guy. Wow, I didn't realize.
Yeah, well, Dempsey was in some singles competition too and got a few wins here and there, but
yeah, like that. I wouldn't mind if he.
Yeah.
Won, like if he was an X guy. I don't know.
Seen him
I don't know
prior.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Next week he's going to beat Gresham. I don't even remember that spoiler, but like, of course, Gresham is. Good God.
Boss.
I'm sorry, man. You got to get rid of that dude. He's got. I mean, I don't even. I don't think there's any way back for him. Like he had the mask. Now he's just him again. Like, whatever. Greatest wrestler in the world, and like nobody gives a fuck at all. So whatever. Nemeth versus Josh. Main event time. This was pretty great. Especially if you're a fan of long ass matches, like most AEW people these days.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I had a lot of fun with this match, but it was basically more frustration from Josh Alexander because he controlled like 3/4 of the match, like with his power and like counter moves and stuff. But like he become frustrated because he couldn't get that 3 count on Nic Nemeth, and I think it just kind of plays more into the heel Josh, just because of the level he delved into to try and keep or to get the belt off Nick in this episode.
After the match, Nemeth grabbed Alexander and tossed him back in the ring and asked for 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Wait, Alexander kicked Nemeth in the... Oh, Alexander kicked Nemeth in the groin, and then he asked for 5 more minutes.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, so... I'm sorry, so Dolph asked for 5 more minutes, and Josh rolled out. Then Josh rolled back in the ring, kicked him in the balls, and he was like, now I'll take the 5 minutes.
Yeah, he ran up the ramp to grab Josh and throw him back in the ring. And I don't know, he had his back turned, so he kicked him in the groin.
Yeah, possibly the greatest Josh Alexander moment for me in wrestling. I mean, I give the guy a lot of shit, but that legit made me laugh out loud. That was just like such.
I must
awesome.
say,
that was great heel.
This heel Josh kind of reminded me of a really, really bad heel version of Kurt Angle in TNA as well. Like doing little
before my time, I think.
Yeah, well, he was very, very dickish, but he could go, and I don't know, he's much better heel than he is a face, I think.
Oh, totally. I mean, Jesus, I've been begging for this. I said this months ago. Like, imagine if they turned Josh heel. Like, how much does that open up for Josh? And like, he just, I don't know. Like, I get people love the guy, but it just was never doing it for me. Like, I love my family, that's me. I'm the face. I'm like, okay, that's cool for a year, but it was like what, 3-4 years of that shit.
Yeah.
Now he's a heel, and it's interesting as fuck. And all he has to do is these little heelish things, and it's just, you're right. I mean, everyone's a better heel, no?
Yeah. I honestly think Kurt Angle's a better heel than he is a face. Be honest.
Maybe not John Cena because he was never a heel, but
yeah,
but I would probably be a better heel.
But I guess he's hanging it up. He's retiring, right, John Cena? Not that we're turning this into a WWE thing, but.
Okay, sorry. Just had to edit something there. So that's the end of the show, right?
Yeah. That's all I got on.
Okay, really quick before we forget. Eric Isaac, great show as usual, dudes. And I see things that will happen in Emergence. Nic Nemeth retains by defeating Kazarian, but will lose the title at Bound for Glory against Joe Hendry in a triple threat against him and Josh. Hendry will fall short of the NXT title against Ethan Page, thanks to Josh Alexander. Thank you. Oh, man. Eric Isaac, we're on the same page with that. Wow, he might have wrote this 5 days ago. I wonder when I published my thing. Wow, he might have beat me to it. Okay, I did not cheat off Eric Isaac. I have this on alldistractions.com, but whatever. Awesome job there. Grace retains in a triple threat against Ash and Rosemary. I could see that, but no. I mean, that would have been a better match. But no, instead they got this stupid 6-way. Finally, Wesley Rascal's feud continue. Wes adding a partner or two to fight Trey, Zach, and Myron Reed as well. Keep kicking ass, homies. Thanks. There was a bunch of other stuff in there about the triple threat match that isn't happening now, which sucks because they put that stupid ass let's throw everyone together Divas kind of match in there.
Yeah, that was pretty.
But whatever. It's got the Iron Man match and it's got the Ultimate X match. So, I mean, I'll watch it just for that. But, I mean, God, it would be much. I mean, oh, man. We've been saying for how long that the knockouts need help. And
yeah. Yeah, and I feel like if we're not going to really have a really strong knockouts division, maybe not even book them for the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Like, just.
Well, let's see. That's tough.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what's worse. Leaving them off, then I can see people freaking out about that. Like, we don't put the knockouts on the card, but yeah, it's better than putting them in a bullshit match on the card.
We're so thin. It's like, and it's exposed, you know?
I know. I would have went with the, I think it was Isaac's idea, which was much better. The Rosemary versus Ash versus, whatever. Like, that would make sense. That would totally make so much more sense. Like, Rosemary kind of like just came back, you know what I mean? Well, not just came back, but she just like, they're kind of re-pushing her again.
Yeah, or shit.
And she's not even in that match.
Like, where are the, like, gauntlets or anything, too, setting up, like, a new number one contender? Like, why do we have to have, like, there's no reason why we can't have a tag champion still be a knockouts champion either.
I hear you. I wish I knew the answer to these things, but sadly, I don't know everything or much of anything. So, yeah, that's about all I got. Sorry, let me just run down. I know we did run down the card. The Iron Man match, the Ultimate X. We got Bailey versus Osborne versus Hotch right now, which is not looking too great. Also, Mike Bailey has to win that match, so like I don't really mind it. Like he just won the title, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's not losing that match, so it's not like whatever. Not the end of the world. And what else? Well, I don't know. Emergence, and we got tapings after Emergence. I'm pretty sure those are the next.
Yeah, they almost always have at least a night of tapings. The night that I guess it's on August 30th. It's a Friday night for Emergence.
August 30th, and then tapings August 31st.
Yeah, so it's a 2-week show, usually, or 2-week.
Also, not sure. I think you mentioned Alpha.
Oh yeah, the passing of him. So now both Wild Samoans are up there somewhere.
Yeah, also, in case anyone missed it, Dave Meltzer jumped the gun.
Oh.
Said he was dead before he was dead.
Wow. Is that what he just get for?
His daughter or granddaughter had to come out and be like, no, he's still alive. He's fighting. Like, imagine.
Wow.
Like, that's so fucked up. Like, God, like rushing to what?
I see he was
rushing to be first about a man's fucking death. Like, ugh.
Well, and the thing is, he was trending on Twitter, and I guess it was for that reason. I didn't know that.
That's probably why, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, he was getting killed by everyone. Yeah, I mean.
Wow.
Bischoff called him,
Oh, I did see something. I didn't know that was in response to that, though.
Yeah. Bischoff called him Bischoff called him. Okay, ready? Dave, you are not only comically ignorant when it comes to the wrestling business, your sloppiness, lack of integrity when it comes to your cosplay reporting makes Pond Scum look good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty messed up. But I mean, totally on the nose. Then Wrestle Features. This is not how you do a correction. Why are you immune to apologizing when you mess up? You're not above anyone else. Just because you're charged $15 a month doesn't make you immune from accountability, Dave. So Dave, after getting it wrong, he just writes, correction, Alpha has not passed away. He is battling. He didn't even apologize, like, to the family or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say,
Dude is evil.
Meltzer better avoid any dark alleys, especially when one Roman Reigns or any of the
God, seriously. Joked about fucking Roman. Jesus Christ.
A good bunch of people to piss off.
He already pissed off Roman Reigns about fucking saying he might not have had cancer or some shit years ago. Like,
jeez.
Just insane. But whatever. I don't think it's great, but like, I don't really believe in. I always say it's no such thing as pro wrestling journalism. Like, it's just not a thing. It's stupid. It's fake sport. I mean, not to make fun of anyone, but you know, I mean, people get hurt. It's a real thing, but like, you can't do journalism on something that people are, you know, guessing or whatever. It's still bullshit.
Well, I mean, especially when it comes to death. Like, I don't know if you ever
pay for this shit. I mean, what was he racing to be the first one to report that the man died? Like, that's so fucked.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I watch those legacy.com things where they, you know, he's passed away. They're always holding back things until it's been officially announced. So Dave might want to take a page out of legacy.com on when somebody's either dying or will be dying. It's just very unprofessional.
So fucked up. I wouldn't call myself an actual writer, even though I write, but God, like, I wouldn't do something like that. And I'm like I'm a whore for views, but whatever. We're getting to 45 minutes, so. Yeah. Okay, everyone. We'll catch you next week, and thanks for the few people still watching and listening. Maybe get the word out. What the fuck are you other TNA fans doing? Get your head out of your asses and support the goddamn company before they die. I love how everyone makes this big deal about, like, oh, TNA is never going to die. All these fans that talk shit. Like, are you not watching? Do you do anything other than tweet? I mean, Christ. Even I try to get, like, my nephew and my brother to watch and shit.
Yeah.
We should all be doing that. God.
It's pretty lazy to hear them say that they don't watch because it's on Access, and it's not totally true. They're now on Impact Plus. If you've been long as a fan as much as me and Jay, there's no reason why you can't come up with it.
That's the thing. Most of these people fan much longer than me. Like I know that. Like I was a fan from like the fucking Hogan days, which is like comical, but whatever.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. 45 minutes. Catch you next week, everyone. Or for Emergence, actually, right?
No, we got one more show. This
son of a bitch.
20.
Right.
Actually, two shows.
Yeah, I think we skipped next week's though for Emergence. That's how we usually do it.
Oh, okay, yeah. But that Thursday, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we do that.
All right, people. Have a good week. Peace out.